of the government. A senior special assistant to the governor on media, Oliver Okpala, confirmed the development to journalists today. A letter signed by the secretary to the state government, Solo Chukwulobelu, ordered the affected officers to hand over to permanent secretaries of their respective ministries, departments, and agencies, or to the most senior civil servant in the absence of permanent secretaries. The memo directed the affected appointees to hand over any project or vehicles in their possession to the office of the secretary to the state government on or before Friday. And our student union should not be an avenue to practice hooliganism in higher institutions. Chairman of University of Lagos Alumni Association, Lukman Adeoti, expressed this view in an interview with SuperScreen at a forum to declare open their 2018 Alumni Week.
Non-Academic Staff Union, ASU, and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian University, SANU, at the University of Lagos, UNILAG, have their demands for the payments of their entitlements from the federal government. Reacting to these developments, Chairman of the UNILAG Alumni Association, Lukman Adeoti, at this forum to declare open the 2018 Alumni Week, said the unions are fighting a just cause but appeals to them to embrace dialogue.
What they are asking for, to the best of my knowledge, is legitimate. But their post, I would say that must be reviewed. And you further ask this question that as an alumni, what have we done? Well, here, right in this hall, we have NAS members are here. Alumni, I, on behalf of alumni, call several, and I thank God that they honor, and that is now why, to some extent now, we enjoy relative peace here on campus.
Speaking with SuperScreen TV, Adeoti decried the practice of hooliganism by student union members, which, according to him, should be done in a non-violent way.
There is no government that will encourage hooliganism. So by the time they come with ideas, and we believe that people with ideas are the people that can move the nation forward. So, and it's a training ground. That student union, it should be a training ground for leadership in the future. But embarking on destruction or illegalism, that is I equally condemn that act. But I will encourage government and the university administrator to always allow student union ESCO.
Other alumni executives bear in their mind on development and projects be carried out.
We have entrepreneurship where we employ these graduate students into the university to empower them. I'm actually using this opportunity to ask the students that finished from here, or even not only new students, everyone that's finished from here that don't have a job, you can actually contact us right now because we have a lot of programs from undergraduates to come in under the entrepreneurship. We also empower them.
The thing about the Alumni Association is a collective effort. I want to encourage you, those of us that are privileged to be supporting our association, to please go out and be evangelists of the Alumni Association. I can't think of a brand that is better and bigger in any association that you talk about in Nigeria today than the University of Lagos Alumni Association.
The Alumni Association is one that supports the university for the purpose of forging ahead in development.
Greatest of the greatest of the greatest advocate.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it has reported some of its senior officials in Taraba State to security agencies for allegedly registering ineligible voters during the continuous voter registration exercise. INEC failed to reveal the identities of the senior officials that were given queries and also did not mention if the illegal voters were aliens or underage voters. The head of Voters Education and Publicity in Taraba State, Fabian Vami, who disclosed this to journalists, said the illegal voters have been expunged from the register and the matter will be addressed in a short while. The Police Service Commission, PSC, has approved the promotion of 414 senior police officers to their next rank. Among them is Danjuma Ibrahim. Danjuma Ibrahim, who was recently acquitted over the Akpo 6 killings and was alleged to have connived with other officers to cause the death of Igbo traders arrested by the police attached to Gariki Police Division. However, Danjuma was acquitted by the court, after which he was reinstated by the police authorities and is now an Assistant Inspector General of Police. The Commission's head of information, Ikechukwu Ani, said the promotions form the high point of the 26th plenary meeting of the Commission held in Abuja from February 27 to March 1, 2018. Report says 8 companies which got 4.478 billion naira to supply 104 Unity Colleges science kits has disappeared with the cash. The Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, has written to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to admit that the kits were not supplied. The anti-graft agency is probing top UBEC officials for alleged diversion of a huge chunk of 20 billion naira voted for contracts. One of the contracts is the supply of science and technical equipment and books. An EFCC official who spoke in confidence said it was discovered that most of the contracts awarded to at least 7 of these 8 companies were not bidded for. There was an alleged violation of due process, according to them. Apart from UBEC, the detectives invited the principals of the 104 schools and their store officers to give account of the quantity of the items supplied. You're still watching SuperScreen News at 6, so we'll take a short break here, and when we return, we'll bring you business news. Stay with us.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigeria government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why?
It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.
You are affecting my village. Let me use if I call it useless, I'm not a mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Say each shop there 4 million naira. So I don't have the money, so I have to leave.
If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it.
The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
Well, it's so glad to have you back now in Business World. The Senate has summoned the Minister of State of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, to appear before it to give detailed briefing on steps taken to minimize human errors and avoid preventable air crashes. This resolution by the upper chamber of the National Assembly is coming in the wake of an accident in Port Harcourt involving Dana Airline, which overshot the runway upon a landing at the airport.
The summoning of the Minister of State for Aviation, Ada Sirika, by the Senate is equal to a motion moved by Senator Olugbenga Ashafa and 8 other co-sponsors during Tuesday's plenary. Ashofa cited the Dana airline incident where the plane overshot the runway, which occurred at the Port Harcourt airport, and another incident involving the same airline which happened 2 weeks earlier, where the door of its aircraft fell off upon landing at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport, Abuja.
Some of the human errors identified by AIB as causes of the plane crashes include non-lightening of runways and airfields, poorly constructed drainage culverts, inaccurate information by the control tower, lack of proper certification of radio operators, and poor supervision of aircraft imported into the country.
Dana must be properly investigated, and if possible, ask AIB to suspend Dana for now. If it's coincidental, fine, so be it, but let's be sure. But it can't, within 2 weeks, you have 2 near misses. I think it's worrisome, and it's something we really need to look into.
The lawmakers were emphatic on the need to act fast on the warning signs and ensure the safety of Nigerians is accorded the extent of seriousness it deserves, a view which was unanimously shared by the House, including former Aviation Minister Stella Odua.
Government to give them the requisite fund that they need as a single-digit rate. That is the only way aviation airline operators can survive. Otherwise, they cannot. Therefore, intervention fund is required. For training, aviation needs special funding for personnel training.
Ordinary landing equipment that should be in airports, the commonest of all things, that they can land at any time, whether in the daytime or the nighttime or during the rain. We don't have them in airports here. And the worst that some of those things that were procured already, we were shown where they were parked. They couldn't even install them in Abuja and in Lagos.
Aliyu Abdullahi advocated the declaration of a state of emergency of the aviation sector, while the Deputy Senate President, Ike Ekweremadu, in his ruling, described the call as valid and deserving of attention.
We should be very decisive with respect to this. If necessary, honestly, it is time for us to declare emergency.
It's important that this matter is settled as quickly as possible so that we'll be able to be sure that those who fly in Nigeria will fly safely. So myself, I had my own personal experience of last month where an aircraft I was on board missed the runway twice. Missed the first one, came back and missed the second time. It was just God that saved us. So I'm sure that all of us, or most of us, have had similar experience. So it is important for us to ensure that this matter is sorted out and then that the regulatory agencies do their work.
The Senate also mandated the Minister of State for Aviation to direct all relevant agencies in the aviation industry to conduct a maintenance and airworthiness audit of all commercial aircraft operating within the Nigerian airspace, as well as training of air staff.
The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has extended its free EU dividend registration deadline to March 31. A senior management staff in the Commission who discussed this to journalists said the deadline was extended in principle for the 3rd time to allow operators clear their e-dividend backlogs. The official said the main reason for the extension was to clear the backlogs and to work out details of how the parties involved in the exercise would get their share. E-dividend refers to online payment of dividends to investors rather than through post. The Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN, has appealed to the Lagos State government to reverse its current increment in the recent reenacted land use charge. In response, Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode said he is ready to dialogue with the organized private sector on the LUC with a view to arriving at a compromise. You will recall that the coalition of real estate investors and surveyors in Lagos State have revealed through analysis of the LUCL 2018 that owners and occupiers are expected to pay a token percentage of 0.076% of the value of the assessed property. State government explained that the recent increase in the land use charge would provide more resources to the state to provide social services and infrastructure to the benefit of the general public. The National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) says the volume of economic activity through the nation's seaport improved marginally in 2017. A total of 71.9 million metric tons of cargoes was recorded during the year as against 70.82 metric tons in 2016, representing an increase of 1.5%. This was confirmed in its report released yesterday, which confirmed the number of vessels calling at the nation's ports increasing to 4,622 in 2017 from 4,175 in 2016. This represents an increase of 10.7%. The report also stated that the number of passenger traffic at the Calabar port within the period under review is 6,704 in 2017 as against 7,442 in 2016. And that's it in business news. If you've just joined us, you're watching SuperScreen News at 6. We'll take a short break here, and when we return, we'll bring you news from the foreign scene and then sports. Stay with us.